Just when you think it can't get any weirder than jerking off bulls, forcibly impregnating cows, and stealing their children so adults can breastfeed, the dairy industry takes it a step further. They're no longer content with regular old milk, they've graduated to a different kind of milk, colostrum. In this video, we're talking all about colostrum, what it is, the supposed health benefits, why the dairy industry is selling it, and of course the ethical implications. We're also going to talk about some truly bizarre things the dairy industry has done throughout history, and you can help me decide if they finally reached a new low. So grab some cookies and a glass of oat milk because it's about to get weird. I first heard about colostrum through a Reddit ad about 6 months ago, but humans have been consuming it for thousands of years, often referring to it as liquid gold due to its yellowish color. However, it's only recently gone mainstream. If you look on Google Trends, you can see that interest in colostrum has doubled over the past year. But what exactly is colostrum? I'm going to let conservative commentator Brett Cooper explain it, and then we'll take a closer look.
If you don't know, colostrum is the milk that cows produce right after giving birth. And it is incredibly rich in nutrients and antibodies, and it is basically liquid gold. Armor Colostrum will help strengthen your skin, lungs, and gut barriers. Plus, Armor optimizes your microbiome and activates cellular health and your performance to revive your entire body's health. I've been taking Armor Colostrum for the past couple of months. It is part of my daily routine now, and I have already noticed a difference in my overall skin and health. Armor products are clean, they are safe, they are backed by extensive research, and manufactured under the most rigorous testing and quality standards in CGMP and FDA certified facilities.
Like she said, colostrum is the first milk that mammals produce after giving birth. It's full of properties that help the baby's immune system, digestive system, and early life nutrition. One study on dairy farms found that colostrum management is the single most important management factor in determining calf health and survival. But if colostrum is so vital to calf health, then why are dairy farms selling it? Although milk production in the US has risen steadily since 1975, milk consumption has gone in the opposite direction. The decline is especially prevalent among Gen Z, who buy 20% less milk than the national average. Dairy farmers are struggling due to low consumer demand, so they're getting desperate. The average American dairy only turned a profit twice in the last 2 decades. But why are people abandoning milk in the first place? According to one survey, 57% of people cite animal welfare concerns in regard to dairy farmers. More people are becoming aware of the ethical issues with dairy. I personally didn't even know cows had to make milk until about 4 years ago, but now most people I talk to are at least aware of the process. We also have better alternatives to milk now. I will always be team soy, but even I have to admit that oat milk tastes way better, especially in coffee. 10 years ago, oat milk hadn't even landed in the United States. So if dairy sales are declining, why does the US still produce so much milk? Genetics, consolidation, and exports. Milk production per cow has almost doubled in the last 40 years due to selective breeding and new genome DNA sequencing technology. Additionally, the industry has become more and more consolidated. Today, over 70% of milk produced in the US comes from dairy farms with over 500 cows, and some farms have herds of over 25,000 cows. And while Americans are drinking less milk, the industry can export to other countries where they actually want it. Low domestic sales are nothing new to the dairy industry though, and they've found a pretty good solution. Instead of switching to an industry that's actually profitable, they rely on stealing money from taxpayers to stay afloat. In 2018, 42% of dairy revenue came from some form of government assistance. That's not even counting the ridiculous propaganda campaigns we've been fed that promote dairy as vital to human health. But despite getting billions of dollars in subsidies every year, it's still not enough for the dairy industry, so they've resorted to selling colostrum. Although most dairy farms don't currently sell colostrum, if we see the demand for supplements continue to rise, more will hop on board, and that's where these ethical issues really come into play. Obviously, as a vegan, I think it's messed up to take milk from a cow that she naturally produces for her child, but I understand that not everyone agrees with me on that one. However, even non-vegans can understand that taking colostrum from calves is a new layer of unethical behavior. Although the colostrum companies claim that the calves get all the colostrum they need and only the excess is sold, why on earth should we believe them? Cows produce more milk than their calves need, but none of that milk is given to the calves, it's all sold to humans. Why would colostrum be any different? Especially considering cows only produce it right after they've given birth or about once a year. Are we really supposed to believe that dairy farmers care about the health of the male calves born on their farms? They're going to be killed right away, killed after a few months for veal, or sold to the beef industry. Dairy farmers have no financial incentive to prioritize the health of male calves. Farmers often save excess colostrum so that in the future, if a cow doesn't produce enough of it, they have some on hand for the calves. If they're selling it to humans instead, this will prevent calves from getting the vital nutrition that they need. When it comes to colostrum, more is generally better, with research showing that even though the ability to absorb antibodies dwindles, there's still benefits to additional colostrum feedings. So selling any amount of colostrum to humans is harming the health of calves who actually need it. We can look throughout history and see other unethical things the dairy industry has done to make a little extra profit, like adding chuck or calf brains to milk to make it look whiter, or adding formaldehyde to preserve it. So we shouldn't be surprised by this behavior at all. Currently, dairy farmers are refusing to test their herds for bird flu because they don't want to deal with the financial losses, even though the USDA will compensate them for vet care and 90% of lost milk production. One farmer said it's more convenient not to know. Obviously, this puts public health at risk because it weakens our ability to respond to the virus spreading among humans. But let's get back to colostrum. We've established that it's unethical from an animal rights perspective, but what about from a human health perspective? Colostrum supplements claim to make your hair thicker, improve digestion, and supercharge your immune system. But what does the science say? One 2020 review of 10 studies found low or no impact on immune markers known as immunoglobulins, so these supplements probably won't help your immune system. There are mixed results on the digestive claims. One 2022 review found that it may help athletes with leaky gut syndrome, but it's important to note that they were given 20 grams of colostrum a day, which is way more than the 1.8 grams in the supplements. If you go to ARMR's website, you can see that they claim that there are over 5,000 studies documenting the benefits of colostrum, but fail to mention that many of those are animal studies, industry funded, or use way higher doses of colostrum. If you want to see really dishonest marketing, go to the clinical trial section where they don't actually show the research and mostly use vague claims like people experienced less bloating and noticed thicker hair. Obviously, if you spend this much on a supplement, you're going to expect it to work and create some sort of placebo effect, especially if your favorite influencer is telling you that it worked for them. Speaking of influencers, we need to stop trusting them when they tell us to buy supplements. And I'm not just saying that because no one's offered me a sponsorship. Most influencers hawking these products have no background in medicine or nutrition, and it's hard to make money as an influencer, so a lot of them accept sponsorships from products that they don't even use. Not only do influencers get paid for taking the sponsorship, but they get a portion of the sales from their audience, so it creates a financial incentive to overhype the benefits. That, combined with the fact that the supplement industry is less regulated than the pharmaceutical industry, means that you really shouldn't trust any products that are promising a quick fix. When it comes to your health, just stick to the basics: cocaine, energy drinks, and THC seltzers. I mean, a healthy diet, sleep, exercise, and regular visits to the doctor. That's gonna get you further than any supplement that you can take. What do you think about the colostrum fad? Has the dairy industry sunk to a new low? Let me know in the comments, and if you wanna help us change the world for animals using pro-animal legislation, please donate today.